Okay, Citizens Eye here at the Braunstone Carnival today, and I've got with me Councillor Anne Glover. Good afternoon, Anne.
Good afternoon.
How are you finding the day so far?
Very hot, but brilliant.
Yeah, you all seem to get good weather.
We do, actually. Somebody was only saying to me, what do you think the weather will be like? And I said, we've not been rained out yet.
Just like to ask you, Anne, how important do you think the carnival is to the residents and communities in Braunstone?
Extremely important. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of the times that the whole community can get together on what is one of their best facilities we've got, which is Braunstone Park. Especially now, we've spent so much money on the park, getting people to come and use it other days as well. But you only have to look around to see how much of a community spirit exists on this estate. We expect, on average, about 15,000 people to turn up today.
Wow. One thing I've noticed is a really good balance between young people and older generations and stuff like that. Do you think that's important as well?
Because what's not uncommon on this estate is that most people have got 3, 4, 5 generations, which is including myself. My grandparents moved back in here in the 30s when they first built the estate, and we're now on our 5th generation. It's not uncommon, and even if you might move away, you always have a desire to come back, which I have done as well. It's like this is what you consider to be your home and where your roots are, and it's always maintained that community aspect. And that's whenever I go to other parts of the city, I think to myself, we're really lucky to have that.
Yeah. Do you also think these kind of events are good so people meet their local councillors in a different format to, say, ward meetings or kind of surgeries?
Yeah, I do. I mean, we do our best to put that information out there anyway, but invariably people will only turn up to something like this. I mean, why would you want to go to a boring meeting when you could come to a carnival and shake your tush for a day? So yeah, this is why we take this opportunity to, we will come to the community as opposed to expecting them to come to us every time.
Yeah. Have many people been coming up to you today, talking to you?
I've only been here for half an hour because I've been around shaking my bucket, so I've got
donations
for next year's carnival, because people might not be aware of this. This costs us about 30,000 a year to put on, and we get no funding from the city, which I'm working on, by the way, because we get the Caribbean Carnival get it, Diwali Carnivals get it, but we don't, and we have, as I said, up to 15,000. So yes, one of the reasons we come here is so that we can prove to the city how successful our carnival is and to maintain it. It originally started back in the 70s and 80s, and we had a 10-year break, and then we started it up again in 2000, and we've had it every year since. So we're about to head up to 15 years again. So, and it don't come cheap, but you have to keep the fight going.
Well, talking to other people, I've noticed that there's a real kind of community spirit and the amount of volunteers involved today.
It is predominantly volunteers, predominantly. As a councillor, I still do far more voluntary work on this estate than I do council duties. In fact, I only go up the town hall when they drag me, because I believe you should be in the community working. And I think that when certain governments talk about the big society, it was thriving here many years ago and still does.
Anne, thanks for talking to me today.
You're welcome.